Tonight, you will witness the kind of footage that security cameras were never meant to capture. 5 disturbing CCTV clips from around the world. 5 moments that defy explanation. And 5 scenes you will never forget once you see them. Turn down your lights. Put on your headphones. This is Underbed Whispers. And these are the top 5 scariest real CCTV clips ever recorded. Number 5. The woman at the door. The footage begins at exactly 2 a.m. A homeowner in Abuja heard his door camera buzzing all night. When he finally checked the footage, he froze. A woman stood completely still at his front door. Her head tilted to the side. Eyes wide open. Not blinking. She stood there for 6 straight hours. She never knocked. She never moved. She simply stared into the camera. As if she could see through it. At 3:14 a.m., she suddenly smiled, a slow, unnatural smile that stretched wider than it should. Then she whispered something. Most of the audio was distorted, but one sentence was clear. "I know you are awake." By the time police arrived, she had disappeared. But the final frame of the clip shows something impossible. She didn't walk away. She didn't run. She just faded out of the camera's view. Number 4. The hospital ghost in Ward C. In a Lagos hospital, motion sensors detected activity in an empty ward. The security guard reviewed the footage expecting a stray nurse. What he saw instead still haunts him. A patient was lying on one of the beds. But that ward had not been used for 2 days. At 2:57 a.m., the figure slowly sat up. The sheet slid down. Yet the body cast no shadow. None at all. The figure floated toward the door and stared directly into the camera. Then it mouthed a single word. "Help." The guard rushed to Ward C with nurses, but the room was empty. The bed was perfectly made. Except for one thing. The sheets were still warm. As if someone had been lying there only seconds ago. Number 3. The elevator child. In a Nairobi apartment building, an elevator camera captured something disturbing. At midnight, a little boy stepped into the empty lift, pressing the button for the 6th floor. But the elevator kept stopping on random floors where no one was waiting. Each time the doors opened, the boy looked terrified. He shook his head violently. He whispered no over and over. On the 4th stop, he screamed and backed into a corner. Nothing appeared on the camera. But his eyes were following something. Something only he could see. When the elevator reached the final floor, the doors opened. The boy stepped out, holding someone's hand. But in the video, his hand was floating in the air. No one was beside him. Moments later, the hallway camera malfunctioned. And the boy was never seen again. His parents received one final clip. The boy whispering, "He found me." Number 2. The roommate in the cabinet. A university student in Ghana noticed food going missing, so she installed a small camera in her kitchen. At 1:28 a.m., the footage revealed something horrifying. Her roommate stepped out of the pantry. Except her roommate was out of town and had been gone for 2 weeks. The figure moved silently, its head twitching in sharp jerks. Its limbs bent in unnatural angles as it walked around the kitchen. Then it climbed into a small cabinet. A space far too tiny for any human body. Bones cracked. Joints twisted. But it disappeared inside the shadows. Before closing the cabinet door, the figure looked straight into the camera. And smiled with a mouth that stretched too wide across its face. The next morning, the student opened the cabinet. It was empty. Completely empty. Number 1. The man on the ceiling. In a storage warehouse in South Africa, motion alarms went off at 3 a.m. The guards hoped it was just rats. What they saw instead made them quit their jobs that same night. A man was crawling on the ceiling. Not hanging. Crawling. Hands and feet planted on the roof beams like a giant insect. His head was twisted backward, yet his eyes stared directly at the camera. His body moved too quickly, too smoothly. Too wrong. Then he dropped from the ceiling. But he never hit the floor. He simply vanished mid-fall. The guards refused to step inside that warehouse again. And to this day, no one knows what that creature was. Or where it went. Outro. These are the moments caught on CCTV that were never meant to be seen. Events that leave more questions than answers. And reminders that sometimes the camera doesn't lie. It simply shows what the human eye is not meant to witness. If you want more terrifying stories like this, subscribe to Underbed Whispers. Your next nightmare is coming soon.